that, show that. Ah.
You told you she was gonna shuffle. You don't even got no music. It's in the brain, baby. It's in the brain. Love it. So, we've made it outside. Welcome, we outside. We outside.
Oh, you got a little something.
You don't understand, I danced ballet for years.
Okay.
All right, so we're here with our challenge. Today, we're going to be doing something really fun, really cool. And if you're an artist or a kid of an artist, then you know it as the Squiggle Game. Head banging. So, as you already know, the object of the Squiggle Game for everybody who's watching is I'm going to put down some really weird, funky, crazy squiggle, okay? And Em is going to come in here and turn it into something, well, artistic. And vice versa, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm going to paint on this one, so she's going to paint right here, and she's going to paint one for me right over there. Sound good?
Let's do it.
All right.
That wasn't my squiggle.
Oh? Okay. I won't hold you to it. Outline's done.
Oh, yeah. Okay, wait.
I told you none of my stuff fits on the outside of the canvas.
What did he say?
You're gonna vote for, whose is the best. But show me some love, because I'm the host, right? That's it, and let's get back to the questions. Welcome back to Ask an Artist, your favorite art question and answer podcast on the internet. I'm your host, HAYZE, and today we are on site at Wynwood Art Walk. You can check it out right there. Follow them on Instagram. Right on site, and we have our illustrious shuffle dancing weirdo of a guest today, the lovely
That's me.
All right.
Here I am.
So thank you so much for coming and joining us today.
Thanks for coming and joining me here. I'm on the clock right now.
All right. So as always, I love to start these shows with one question. It's really important because we're artists, aren't we?
For sure.
All right. So that being said, Em, why art?
Why art? That is a solid first question. Not to sound like cheesy, but why not art? You know what I mean?
Why not?
But yeah, for me, it was always something artistic. I was never a sporty kid growing up. I was horrible at. I played soccer for like 1 year growing up. My dad coached the team.
Oh, okay.
I begged him not to finish the season. I wanted to quit so bad. So, never a sporty kid, never really had much interest in anything until I found theater in middle school. So that was the thing that was blew my little brain up. So that was the art for a really long time.
Awesome. So if you don't know, you won't know. But all this really cool, weird stuff behind us, That's, you know.
And I feel like when you grow up around creative parents, you can't help but be into it. Like people always remember like the first time painting or something, and I don't. Like it was so a part of my life that it wasn't even significant at the time. Like painting wasn't, because it was just, I thought everybody looked like this. You know, when you're little.
You know, that's also funny because I used to come downstairs, I would see her paint in the middle of the night.
Quiet on the set, please. Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set, please.
Draw and, you know, use oil pastels every single night. And I'm going to stop right now again because I don't want to get this story mixed up.
I'm gonna kill myself!
So, let's back to the questions. All right, so what are your specific inspirations as an artist, though? Do you have, like, art parents? And would that mean, like, be your mom, or would that be, like, you know, some other artists that you've met? Because art parents aren't specifically, you know, somebody who you are directly related to, but someone who can really influence you down a direction. That being said again, do you have those influences, and who are they?
Yeah, totally. First of all, being in Wynwood, I meet awesome artists every day that I'm inspired by. Huge one is Sarah Milano, who also works here with me. She is like the queen of hustle and like sales and like just like kind of doing whatever you want, and there doesn't have to be rules. She showed me a lot about like just great, like you can do it. You can actually just do anything. Like she has very much served as like a source of permission for me in a way, which is cool. And so she's a big one for me. I feel like she's my art mom a little bit.
Gotcha.
And then other ones, there's this girl, West Coast Cassie.
Okay.
I think it's Cassie or Casey. I only know her virtually, so but her work is super like fun and funky and playful and colorful and like that's a big one too. There are a million others that I've taken little pieces from. There's also this girl out of Austin who's this really cool acrylic painter. Sorry is her name, and her like Instagram tag is not sorry art. It's very cute.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. So she's really awesome.
Okay, so you got to find a number of different ways to grow as an artist. You can't just depend on trying to sell individual pictures or trying to get murals or you got to do a number of different things. So that really brings me to my next question, which is, how important is it for you to have a number of different methods to make money?
Oh my God, it's everything. Because if you're making money from the same thing all the time, I don't care who you are or what you do. If you're an entrepreneur or an entrepreneur of any kind, you're gonna get so sick of doing the one thing, and you're gonna hate it, and you're gonna resent it, and you're gonna stop. Yeah, I just feel like you have to diversify things just enough to keep yourself interested. Even if one thing is like your main gig that you do, like my main gig is teaching spray paint classes. So it's my main like day-to-day thing. I'm here, I'm in the shop, I'm getting tours off, you know, like, and I'm teaching classes. But I have to do my own painting just for me that feels good. I can't just do commissions. I would blow my brains out.
Hell no, to the no. Yeah.
So, that being said, this question gets asked to me a lot. I personally get a little frustrated about it, but it's based on talent. Okay, so talent. Do you need it?
A little.
A little? Okay, and what is the talent that you need?
I don't know. That's a tricky question. I'm like getting tongue tied here. Let me think for a minute. So I'm basically trying to think about how do I say this without sounding like an asshole.
Oh, be an asshole, baby. That's all. Do what you gotta do.
So you can do it. Yes. I think you need talent. I think you need talent in something. I think you don't need a lot of talent. I think you need a little bit. The biggest talent you need is to be just relentless and determined and like see the vision. Like, I think having vision is a little bit of a talent too.
Absolutely.
But, like, again, I come from the theater world. I couldn't sing. I was never going to be a Broadway girl.
Yeah.
I took voice lessons. I trained. I could have learned to be pretty good, but I was never going to be at the certain level of, like, you know, the natural, like, belters who are the ingenues. I was never that. There's so many ways that you can do what you want to do, but you have to find the parts of what you want to do that you are talented at, so you can hold on to that while you learn all the other shit that's really uncomfortable and hard.
Got you.
Right?
You need grit. You gotta keep doing things that matter, and you gotta be willing to put your foot in front of each other every single day.
Yeah.
What I find so, I hate to say this, but actually insulting is when people say to me, "Oh, you're so talented."
Yeah,
right?
I get
because that doesn't imply that I have had to work.
Wait. Before we move on, can I give you an answer?
Please.
To give people when they say you're so talented, because I also hate that compliment.
Okay.
Whenever someone's like, because I get this all the time when I teach my classes, because I'm teaching beginners to spray paint. And I'll do something, I'll throw up a letter or something, and it looks pretty cool, you know? And then they try, and theirs looks nothing like it, right?
Yeah.
And they go, "Oh, well, you're so talented." And I say, it's all just practice.
That is true.
So that's my favorite way to, like, swap that compliment while also, like, kind of taking it, you know? Because I hate when people are like, "Oh, no, like, I'm not. Like, it's not talent," you know? I never want to swap the compliment.
Yeah.
You want to accept the compliment with grace, right?
That being said, as artists, we all create our own individual audiences. How important, then, is it to be accepted by your audience? And do you care?
No, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I'm just picturing like an "I don't give a shit," like the more you know graphic, but it's "I don't give a shit."
I don't give a shit.
No, I don't give a shit who's in my audience, because the people who are gonna want to be here are gonna want to be here. So it's as simple as that.
So, you know, I think Rick Rubin said that really well. He said, as an artist, right, you have to care about the audience last. Okay?
Message.
How do you define success?
Success for me for a very long time was being a full-time artist and having like that title. Like, I'm not bartending anymore. I am not working in food service anymore. I'm making my income creatively, and that's what I'm doing. So it feels very cool.
Yeah. So for me, it's not bartending, but I'm not selling insurance anymore. All right.
We love that.
I think this is really interesting. They don't understand the value of making bad art. Okay. And I think that's something you understand. Like we talked about, failure is a part of the process, right? So, how important is making bad art, and why?
Making bad art is the most, I'm serious, it's the most important thing that you can possibly do for yourself and your art career if you choose to have one.
Message.
I say in my classes all the time, I'm like, everybody's an artist. You just need to nurture that part of yourself.
Yeah.
It's a muscle, like anything else, right? So for me, I schedule time in my calendar to make shitty art. Actually, when I started posting my art on Instagram, I was not always today's hippie art.
Yeah.
It started as today's shitty art. But it's because I had opened an Etsy shop, and they wouldn't let me swear on the Etsy shop. So I couldn't make my Etsy store into today's shitty art. So I had to switch it. And then I was like, oh my God, what do I switch it to?
Those
Like,
damn bureaucrats.
I know, I was so pissed about it. And I was like, but I need the brand to be strong. Like, I was like, I don't know, I had like 200 followers or something. And I was like, I just feel like I have such a strong brand already with it, like delusional. So I was like, okay, hippie, today's hippie art instead of today's shitty art. So that is how today's hippie art came about. It was because of censorship.
But how do you feel about the role of technology in art, and do you use it in your practice?
I feel pretty indifferent about it, to be honest, which I feel like is like almost controversial now. To like, I feel like people are very opinionated about technology. I mean, on one hand, I love it because I love Instagram. It's my digital like gallery. It's everything, right? Like I have all my work on my Instagram. I have my shop online, like
at Today's Hippie Art.
That's
shameless plug. All right, continue.
Technology does not play much of a role. So like painting, I'm on a whole different vibe. It's a whole different like type of energy, I guess. And my digital stuff is like sticker designs and cartoony things and fun stuff.
So last couple questions and then we'll be done. Top 5 things that you have to have with you while you're working.
Oh, okay. At first I was like, what do you mean? Like mediums?
No.
Okay, top 5 things they need with me. Big old bottle of water. Yeah. Big fan, because I talk a lot. Yeah. I'm also gonna include in that category of just like a beverage category is I need a fun beverage of some sort. Like I need to have my beverages going. That's a big thing. So I need.
She's already sweet enough.
Love a Coke Zero. Definitely headphones of some sort if I'm home.
Okay. Headphones.
If I'm painting. I just got like real nice like over the ear ones so I can tune everything else out. It's awesome.
Okay.
Like I'm always wearing something comfy.
Okay.
I have clothes that I don't mind getting covered in paint because I like to use myself as a towel.
Me too.
I also love like jeans with rips in them because sometimes if I get bored I'll just start like painting on my leg and I like try out tattoo designs, seriously. Yeah. And I also will almost always have some sort of second or third or fourth or fifth project going on at the same time.
Gotta have it.
Was that 5?
I think that was 5. We'll call that 5.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Seems like 5.
Yeah. Creative blocks are, they happen to all of us, right? So, what do you do to get past yours?
Again, don't like to be bored, so I'm gonna be working on 7 things at once. Also, like, movement has been huge for me to just like work through spaces and get through a lot of like mental blocks of any kind, creative or otherwise. So I'm always out like dancing. I'm always shuffle dancing. I'll definitely like go to a festival and like unwind and kind of like let loose and just be free and like flow. Changing my environment is a huge one. So like most of the time if I'm feeling blocked, I need to go be in the sun. Yeah. Like I need to get outside. Maybe go in, submerge myself in water or something. Like you just need to change something about your environment and then I feel so much better.
What is or has been the most critical piece of advice that you've gotten over the last couple years of your career that has really kind of helped you blossom into the artist that you are today? You want to know what mine was before so you can think about it?
Oh, I have mine.
Okay, cool.
I have mine geared up and ready to go. Just people, I looked at the camera like that because half the people are gonna be like, oh my god, and half the people are gonna be like, ooh. I'm a big Swiftie. And there's this interview with her where, and I don't know what the interview is, but I've seen this clip so many times, and she just says, make stuff. Just don't stop making stuff. Like, whatever you have to do to keep making stuff, do it. Doesn't matter what you make, doesn't matter if it's good, just make stuff.
Just make stuff.
Message!
For me, it was don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Specifically in the world of art, there is not one way to get somewhere.
Yes.
And my way isn't better than your way, and your way isn't better than mine. We're all going to get to that same place if we just keep walking.
Exactly.
Right. All that being said, I want to thank our lovely guest, the most amazing Today's Hippie Art, or Em Hippie. And you have anything you want to let the audience know?
Thank you.
Really?
I just want to let you know. Thank you for being here and for talking to me today. This is so nice that you came here. Before we go, I do have something.
Yeah?
I have a little something for you.
Yeah, for me?
Yes, I do. And we've talked about this before. You don't have to act like you don't know it's coming. You know what's coming.
Yes, but I'm just happy to have it.
But thank you for being here, and thank you for, I'm going to take this little sticky note off. Thank you for supporting me and commissioning me for this little piece right here.
Yeah, it's
Funky
amazing.
little astronaut guy.
I love it. He's having a good time.
He's having a good,
Just
he's
chilling.
vibing in the clouds.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was awesome. This was one of the rare commissions where it like poured out of me pretty quickly because this one felt me, you know?
Yeah.
And so yeah, thanks for letting me kind of do my thing there.
Thank you.
Of course.
And as always remember, be bold, be creative, be you.